The moment is etched in her mother's memory with painful clarity. The squeak of sneakers on polished hardwood, the thud of two defenders and Lala hitting the floor, and the collective gasp that seemed to pull the oxygen from the gymnasium.
Well, I remember she had been playing really well that day and was genuinely having fun. The team we were playing was very aggressive. Lala had the ball and decided to drive it. Two defenders ran up to stop her and all three kids hit the floor. The other girls jumped right up and Lala didn't. I knew then it was not good, as she never has waved me over in all the years she's played.
There was collective hope that it wasn't an ACL tear. It was. It was a full ACL tear. She had gone down in the fourth quarter of a summer rec league game. It was a routine play at the top of the key, a drive she had executed thousands of times before. But basketball, like life, sometimes pivots without warning. This walk is not about the injury that sidelined Ashlyn Lala Woods for her senior year before heading to the University of Maine. This walk is about the way she is reacting to that pivot. It is not about the injury. It is about her unassuming courage and her penchant for optimism. At 18, Lala moves with a quiet confidence and grace. If you had asked me 13 years ago, I would have never thought I would describe the vivacious child who found mischief easily alongside Ella in such a way. But it certainly rings true today. As the youngest of three outstanding athletes, Lala doesn't say much. She doesn't have to. She observes and she performs. No. She outpaces others.
Well, I definitely started basketball because my sister played. Like, if she's a cheerleader, then I would probably be a cheerleader. So I think just watching her do it made me want to do it more. I don't know, and maybe I wanted to be better than her.
To achieve that sibling rivalry, she works hard every day and always has. But by being the youngest, she has also put in years watching and learning the game. When she plays, she's fun to watch. She moves down the court with a measured pace. Each dribble is purposeful as she scans the court with a brewing intensity. You can see a gleam in her eye that something is about to unfold. Her confidence isn't born from arrogance, but from countless hours in empty gyms, practicing a pass or a shot when no one was watching. Isn't that what they say? Character is defined by the decisions you make when no one is watching. Imagine then the heartbreaking transformation of this active starter into a bench strategist, one of the most profound challenges an athlete can face. Unable to play, Lala has become an unofficial assistant coach, seeing the game with a precision she'd never had the perspective or the time for as a player.
You're used to being the one that can make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
What's it like to have to sit on the sidelines?
It's not something I wish on anyone else, that's for sure. But I feel like I have to look at it, like, obviously I am sad and I'm mad about it, that I can't be out there to help my team and my coaches and everyone who looks up to me and wants to come to the games. I can't give them the entertainment or anything like that, but I think I'm just trying to look at it as I'm learning the game from a different perspective by watching every play, watching what my team could do better and picking up cues and learning from just watching. I think it'll help me in the end when I'm back on the court. And I'll even say it to my coaches, hey, I think we need to guard this girl more. She's done a backdoor every time. We need to sit on that. And I'm just kind of picking up things that I probably wouldn't normally pick up if I was actually in the moment playing.
That ability to reframe her thinking, the realization that there is still a lot to learn even though she's a Division I recruit, that defines Lala's character. Choosing a college is a pivotal moment in Lala's narrative, akin to any of us selecting a path in life. Her decision to join the University of Maine basketball program was not just about the sport, but about the connections and the sense of belonging she felt with the team and coaches. The emphasis on relationships over basketball prowess highlights the multidimensional nature of her character and sets a meaningful example for others to follow. She knows what's important to her, the best shot, and what she values: relationships and trust. We should all be so wise.
Every team, every coach has a different way they like to run things. Maine really run the ball, get the best shot, and that's what you want in basketball. You want the best shot. You don't want just a quick shot. You don't want a rush shot. You want the very best shot you can get for that possession.
I love that she added, for that possession. It allows some grace. It doesn't have to be the perfect shot. That's unattainable every time. Just the best shot for that possession. It might not be as good as the last one or as the next one will be, but the best one at the moment. It also implies there will be other chances. The miss doesn't define you any more than the swoosh of the ball finding the net.
Choosing what college to go play Division I sports has a lot of the same basic requirements that choosing a career or even leadership skills.
Yeah.
So you were basically choosing what leader you wanted to follow. How did you make the choice?
Well, I did visit there I want to say 4 times, yeah. And the first time I was nervous, not as talkative, and I just kind of let them do the talking. As I kept going back for visits, I kind of talked more, asked more questions. I guess liked the conversations with them, and they're supportive through what I'm going through right now. I kind of just liked connection we had. We stay in touch, and they kind of, I don't know, showed interest in me more than any other school that I was talking to did.
How did they show interest in you?
They told me they don't really recruit point guards. They are very picky about who they want and who's going to fit in. And I feel like them telling me that was kind of oh, so they must really like me then, since they're picky about them. And I just want to kind of be a part of a family, and I think they're very family oriented with the girls and the coaches.
You realize you have not said much about basketball at all.
No.
It's all been about the relationships.
Yeah.
And the trust and the validating your ability.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It is, yeah.
As a high school senior, Lala can sense that relationships and trust matter. She doesn't talk about their record, their basketball stats, or their offer. She talks about the people. This is a pattern I see recurring. Seeing the value in a person and taking the time to express that. This walk is by no means a treatise on how to recruit athletes, but a coach could learn a thing or two by taking a walk with a standout recruit and listening to them. Let's not kid ourselves, though. Lala Woods also wants the thrill, the hype of the big game.
The girls get a really good crowd. When I visited, I went to the American East Championship game. It's Maine versus Vermont. And it was a very hyped up game. And there was not a seat empty. It was filled, it was loud. They had the band in there. They had the whole football team in there. They had a huge student section, and just every play, it was so loud in there you couldn't hear yourself talk. It was so loud. And I feel after watching that kind of was what said it for me. I was yeah, this is where I want to be, this is where I want to play.
You could feel it.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, you could feel the noise.
Yeah, there's so much love and support in that building that it was just kind of why wouldn't I want to be here?
When talking to La, you get the impression that she made the right choice. This decision, she believes, will not only shape her as an athlete, but also as a person, ready to learn and grow, and ultimately to face the world, equipped with the skills learned both on and off the court. Since a coach can have such a profound influence on an athlete, I asked Lala who impacted her journey so far. I'll be honest, I started to answer the question in my head before I had fully formed the words. In the hierarchy of influences in a young athlete's life, we often look to the visible figures: coaches, parents, teammates, trainers, or physical therapists in Lala's case. Her answer caught me off guard. The most transformative instruction had come not from anyone who understood basketball, but from a woman who understood something far more fundamental: the necessity of finding joy that transcends any circumstance.
Martha, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, she passed away. And I think when I was little, I would always be with her. I'd always hang out with her. I'd hang out with her probably more than friends. So I don't know, she just always kind of brought positivity. Like if she was having a bad day, you wouldn't know. She wouldn't take it out on you or anything. And I don't know, she's just a beautiful person in general. I just wish she could see me now, what I'm doing, which I know she's looking down at me, but
it would be nice, right?
Yeah.
She'd be so proud.
Yeah, she would.
She wouldn't miss a game.
Yeah, I'm just glad I got to kind of have a time in my life and be with her. And she just, I don't know, always brought a positive happiness side to me. If I could go back, I would go back for sure.
It's interesting because you just said the opposite of what you said the first time.
Yeah.
The first time you said she was always positive and happy, but then you said she brought that out in you too.
Yeah.
I love the recognition that you have that somebody who shows up positively, and she was going through her own stuff.
Yeah, she was.
Makes you feel better about yourself.
Yeah, and I think like with her, like it wasn't, like I didn't even think about basketball with her, like it was everything else. Like one day we went and picked up like all the litter and trash, and then I would always play American Girl dolls, which I still have them. She would make peanut butter and butter sandwiches, which that's not healthy at all, I know. But they were so fire at the time. They were so good. And now that I look back, I'm like, wow, I had too many of those probably, but oh well. But no, I just think she always made me happy. Like if I was having a bad day, I'd be fine after being with her, so.
I love that when I asked you about who's had an influence on your life, your thought was Martha. That speaks volumes.
I do have a story.
Okay.
I think it was our second game this year. We played in Columbus, and that's not usually somewhere we go. So we played in Columbus, and we played our game over with the game. We ended up losing by 6. And after the game, we just sat out front of the school. I was just kind of talking to my teammates, and then all of a sudden I hear something. I hear someone yelling my name. They're like, Lala, Wheeling Park? Lala, is that you? And I was just kind of like, who is this? Like looking around. Didn't know who it was. I see a car though, kind of to my left, but I can't see anything because the sun was like directly in my eyes. I look over and all I see is the car because the person kept saying Lala, Lala. So I walk this way, and all of a sudden I just see the sun is right above this person's head, almost like a halo. And I look and all I see is just Martha's face. All I see is her face because she has a twin sister. And I literally, after I saw her face, I was like, I just stopped. I didn't even, she was talking to me. I don't even know. I couldn't tell you to this day what she was telling me. I just kept staring at her. She was just kept talking to me, and I did answer her, but I don't even know what I was saying. And then I just remember, and I just hugged her, and I couldn't stop hugging her. And she was kind of coming away, for the head hug to end, but I just kept hugging her and then so she obviously kept hugging me. And then I went home, told my mom the story, and she started crying. My dad even started crying because she just not only helped me, she helped everyone in our family. Everyone. She was just, anyone she was around, she would just help them. And I don't know, she was just such a great person.
Amidst this reflection, Martha's spirit serves as a reminder of the impact individuals can have on our lives. She had always offered Lala a safe space to belong, a smile, a comfort meal. Lala yearned for one more moment in that love, maybe more than she realized until she had the chance to stand in Martha's light one more time. She's following Martha's example in her life. When Lala works with younger players, she teaches them life lessons, not just basketball skills. She instills confidence.
You got to think you're making that. You got to kind of almost be cocky that every shot's going in. That every time I shoot it, oh yeah, it's going in. I'm not encouraging them to be cocky, but I'm just encouraging them to be mentally tough and mentally strong. I just have to look at it I don't know, could be the Martha in someone else's life.
To he who much is given, much is expected, and you have a Martha that you can hope to aspire to be.
Yeah. And it's funny because normally when someone asks me who do you look up to most, who's encouraged you, who's impacted you, I would probably say something alluding to basketball. But today I said that, and I think that's what I've been wanting to say. But I just kind of always just say a basketball coach or a trainer or someone I've met through basketball. So
I like an authentic answer.
Yeah. Not something, because anyone would be thinking oh yeah, she's probably going to say a basketball person. No. I don't know.
I get that. When you have somebody that special in your life, the impact is pretty far-reaching.
Yes, definitely.
Those of us in education know the unrelenting power of one caring adult, the lifeline toward fulfilling one's potential. Science confirms what our hearts have observed. When a child has that one person who consistently shows up, who creates a sacred space of belonging, something profound shifts at their core. The nervous system settles. Their capacity for trust expands outward like ripples in still water. Their belief in their own potential inflates. This isn't about perfection. The adults who change children's lives aren't superheroes with unlimited resources or unshakable patience. They're beautifully, authentically human. They get tired. They make mistakes. They sometimes struggle to find the right words, but they return. They apologize. They try again. They bring consistency, and in doing so, teach the child resilience and acceptance. When we talk about development, those clinical terms like attachment and emotional regulation, we're really talking about the quiet miracles that unfold when someone holds space for a child's becoming. When someone says, through both words and presence, I see you. I believe in you. You matter to me. Martha offered Lala the unwavering belief that she is worthy of our attention, our effort, our heart. In that relationship lies the seed of everything Lala will become. As she looks toward the future, there's a sense of anticipation and readiness to embrace whatever challenge or celebration comes next, both in basketball and in life.
I'm sorry that the path this year took you from a silly rec game that maybe you shouldn't even have played in
Yeah.
to losing out on your senior season. But I'm so proud of you for seeing that there's a positive side to it.
Yeah. I'll have my days, but everyone has those, but I think there's more good than bad for right now.
I like the idea of your being hungry when you get to Maine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I kind of look at things like everything's meant to be almost. I feel like eventually I was bound to get her, and I feel like, not to say I wanted this, but I feel like this is kind of the perfect timing for this. So I'll be ready for what's actually important, what's like my dream. Right now, I feel like I'm missing out just because like I know what I'm missing by watching from like the sidelines, but I feel like when I get to Maine, like I don't know what I'm missing yet for that.
Right.
If that makes any sense.
Makes perfect sense.
I'm going to make it to a game, La. I'm going to lend my voice to that deafening Maine crowd. I don't think they even know yet how lucky they are to have you take the floor in their jersey. Martha would be so damn proud. Don't lose your instincts, La. And I don't mean the way you pull up for a shot. I mean the way you value people and relationships and optimism. Keep looking for the leaders who do the same. You have proven yourself to be one of those leaders, Lala Woods.
Thanks for walking with Lala Woods. To hear and read more from Liz Hoffreiter and the Walk With Me project, head over to hoffreiter.com. That's HOFREUTER.com to browse all 50 walks today. And be sure to subscribe to Liz on substack.com/@ElizabethHoffreiter. It's our newest venture and a way to have these walks delivered right to your inbox each week. We'd love to have you along for the ride. Thanks again, and keep walking.